Tomorrow. So we're going to get to that adventure later on, but for your first adventure that we're going to show our Better Kansas City friends, where did you go?
I went to the Folly Theatre. I got to sit down with Brian Williams, not the news anchor, but he taught me more about this very historic institution in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. What makes this place so special to you?
Well, I mean, this is the only remaining 19th century performing arts theater that we have in the Kansas City region. It was built in 1900s, and it is such a beautifully ornate theater. It is so intimate and close to the stage, and the audience really feels like it is a part of what is going on stage.
It's absolutely gorgeous in here, between the chandeliers and the intricate designs on the walls. But this has seen some really close times to going away forever from Kansas City history.
In 1974, the theater shut down, and it was actually slated to be torn down. And a group of civic leaders said that it was too vital of a cultural asset to let that happen, and they rallied to raise the money to beautifully restore it.
You've got some great pictures from back prior to the renovation. Take us through some of these.
Well, Bill, this shows what the theater looked like in the late 1970s, right before the renovation took place. Part of the roof had collapsed, and as a result of that, we had 9 tons of pigeon poop the theater that had to be cleared out. One of the chandeliers had collapsed into the seats below, and the theater was just in a terrible condition, but it took a wonderful initiative by Joan Kent Dillon and Bill Hurrelbrink and a group of passionate civic volunteers to really raise the money to restore this to its beautiful condition today. You know, Walter Cronkite said that saving the Folly Theatre was a stroke of genius because no other building in Kansas City exemplifies the cultural capital that Kansas City was at the end of the 19th century when Kansas City was the crossroads of commerce and industry, and it really reflected the spirit of determination of culture that we had here in Kansas City.
Got a big plan ahead of you, planning a lobby redesign, and kind of walk us through that, what your vision is for that here.
What we're planning to do is reconfigure this, tie these two lobbies together aesthetically. We're going to move the bar over behind the box office, reconfigure the restrooms, install an elevator, move the stairway forward, and on the second floor here, that will become like a patron lounge where guests can sit in chairs and relax in a bar setting there while they're waiting for the show. There'll be a balcony here overlooking 12th Street and the Winds of Aphrodite sculpture on the Bartle Hall. And it'll just be a much more comfortable and engaging place for our patrons to enjoy the arts experience here at the Folly.
Now, there are several great events coming up at the Folly Theatre, including next weekend, the SF Jazz Collective is going to be in town playing the finale concert to the Folly's 35th annual anniversary jazz series, where they're going to be paying tribute to the musical genius of Miles Davis.
And you've been there before, because your sister.
This is a fun story. I was there almost exactly 30 years ago. My sister used to be in dance classes at Birds Dance and Gymnastics, and they used to have their annual recital at the Folly Theatre. So it was like stepping back in time for me to be able to be downtown in that same theater, but then getting to see a behind-the-scenes look at it was very cool.
Well, we're so glad that you're on Better Kansas City, and we're very lucky to have you back in this city with us.
Yes, I'm excited to be here.
Look forward to new adventures from you.